Imagine the worst person you know receiving $1 billion right now. What terrible things that they would use that money for, knowing that they could hold all of that power. Well, in the past couple years, we've seen how wealth can change people. So let's go down the rabbit hole of evil wealth. Let's start with a name that everybody knows, Diddy.
And as if things couldn't get any worse for embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, today a prominent lawyer came forward saying he intends to file more than 100 different lawsuits from alleged victims.
Claims we intend to bring will include the following: violent sexual assault or rape, sexual abuse, facilitated sex with a controlled substance, false imprisonment, compelling prostitution, sexual misconduct, dissemination of video recordings, false imprisonment, abuse of minors.
Once hailed as a music kingpin that built his empire from the ground up, Diddy is now facing some serious accusations. We're talking sexual assault accusations, grooming accusations, and many more. Recently, these allegations have been getting mainstream attention, and people are starting to question who the real Sean Combs actually is. Diddy is a man who is extremely rich. I'm talking private jets, yachts, mansions type of rich. But here's the thing, when certain people reach that certain level of wealth, it can start to reveal the true person that they actually are. Some handle it with responsibility, some others not the same. The money and power Diddy accumulated allowed him to make an impenetrable bubble around himself, but with more influence came a sense of invincibility, and it seems that he began to believe that he was above consequences. Allegations against him date back years, but only now people are starting to realize how deep the rabbit hole actually goes.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time.
There's a famous saying, money doesn't corrupt, it reveals. And in Diddy's case, it seemed to reveal the man who, if the accusations are true, used his wealth and power to exploit people for decades. The way Diddy's riches protected him from accountability is a reminder of how money can falsify reality, turning the wealthy into something dangerously untouchable. Next up, we have someone whose image has taken a dark turn in a recent couple of years, and she goes by Doja Cat. Known for her hit songs and her viral moments, but lately, she's been going through something a lot more sinister.
In the music video for her brand new single, Demons, Doja can be seen covered in midnight blue body paint with spiked prosthetics, covering her spine, ears, and head to resemble a demon. However, not everybody was impressed, with some fans calling Doja's attempts at a demonic rebirth very unsettling, claiming that this is what happens when you get rid of your actual fans and only the trolls are left following you.
Many people are starting to call Doja Cat satanic, whether it's music videos filled with demonic symbols, lyrics that flirt with darker themes. It feels like she's signaling something off. Now, the argument could be made that this is all performance art, a way to stand out of an industry that thrives off of shock value. But when someone reaches a certain level of wealth or fame, there's always a risk that they can lose their grip on reality.
That's where the whole "is she a Satan worshiper" thing starts.
I'm wearing red. I'm wearing red. Me wearing red is a crime. I'm not religious, and so people aren't gonna like that because I wear a cross. But I'm gonna do what I want.
In Doja's case, it feels like her fame has allowed her to be pushed further than she's ever been pushed before. And some fans ain't happy with the direction that she's headed. Even her fans have noticed the shift. Her social media comment section is filled with her fans being concerned about her. Some even speculate that her embracing this dark side of herself is really her true self, which has now been unveiled by the fame and fortune that she has. While some people still defend her, other people still question if the money and fame has really got to her head. When you mix darkness with money and power, things can get sticky quickly. The freedom that comes with being extremely rich can sometimes allow people to make decisions that they never usually would have done if they wasn't rich. Whether it's Diddy abusing his power or Doja Cat moving mad, there's a point where wealth gives the ability that people can act on their most wild impulses. However, it's not just celebrities. Throughout history, we've seen how instant wealth can change anyone. From Wall Street to Silicon Valley, those who amass immense wealth can sometimes fall into dangerous patterns.
So, story goes, right? So, getting married, big deal, right? rent a private jet, fly 100 Strat nights out there, right? And actually some came to, we took a bunch of hookers with us, right? Like probably 40, 50 from New York. But then we got others from around California, from Vegas, right? We had New York police officers, right?
Greed, manipulation, even sometimes full-blown criminality. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. Money can change how we view the world, especially when someone gets a lot of wealth. They can begin to feel like they're untouchable. They start to bend rules. They start to believe that they're above the norm. It becomes more than just greed. It's about power, dominance, and control. We hear the phrase, more money, more problems. But it's not money itself that's the issue. It's about what we can do with it. Just think about it. What would you do if you had access to unlimited resources and no one can hold you accountable for what you do? For some, that kind of power, they would do good in the world. But others, it's a slippery slope. We've seen it time and time again. Whether it's corporate CEOs, politicians, or even celebrities.
You owe a lot of people a lot of money, Mr. Modi.
Sorry, no comment.
No comment. I would very much like to know where you are.
Sorry, no comment.
How long do you intend to stay in England for?
Where money not only amplifies their greatest qualities, but also their darkest desires. Money doesn't necessarily make someone evil, but it can just amplify their darkest desires. In the case of Diddy and Doja Cat, we're seeing complete two different paths. One is using his power to exploit and manipulate people, while the other is pushing boundaries to an extreme. That's the thing about the super rich. They often start to see themselves as untouchable, and that's where the real danger lies. The belief that they can act with no consequence. So why does this happen? Why does wealth bring out the bad in people? Well, it's partly because wealth stops people from being able to listen to criticism. When you're rich enough, you hang around with people that will tell you what you want to hear. Accountability fades, and people start parting from reality.